President Biden clearly put the onus on voters to elect more Democrats, but I wonder what happens if November 8th does not go the way that he wants. Does the White House have further plans about how it will protect the access to abortions, or is it just the veto that Biden mentioned?
You know, the president has taken action, very bold action, from the beginning of this announcement, of the beginning of the decision, Dobbs decision, on what he can do, the authorities that he has from the executive branch on how he can protect the women's rights, women's access to reproductive rights, women's access to abortion. So he has been very clear about that. We've laid that out in executive actions. We've heard announcement from HHS, from DOJ, and so we have done and will continue to do everything that we can from here. Look, you know, I want to be careful here. I want to be very careful at what I say because, again, we cannot talk about existing elections that are currently happening. But the president has been very clear on this piece, which is the way that we make Roe into law is to make sure that we have legislation, that we codify it. And so, you know, that is the best way to really protect women's rights. And that's why you continue to hear that from this president. So it's not going to stop him from continuing to have that conversation, to continuing to make those speeches that are going to be really important in making that point to the American people. But again, that is what the president's going to continue to say, which is we have to codify Roe in order to protect and get those protections back. Remember, this is almost 50 years of constitutional rights that we had that was taken away by the Supreme Court.
Well, what about child's right to life?
Just to be clear, does the White House feel like it's exhausted all the options of everything that it can do in the last 3-4 months?
The president has been very clear. He laid out some actions, right, executive authorities that he's able to take. Again, you've heard from the agencies that have been involved in this process, but he's always been clear. He's always said what people need to do is to make their voices heard. What people need to do is to make sure that we have you know, the votes in Congress to codify Roe. He has always made that clear in almost every speech that he has made about abortion rights.